Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Minecraft. Today we're back here in the building with fWhip single player survival world, where at the last episode we came through here, transformed Castle Bleakrock into something that looked much better texturing wise. We didn't actually add any structures onto it, but I think that was the type of transformation that it needed, and it's pretty much polished off at this point, which was awesome. On top of that, we also came through out here and built up some fields, a few more houses. Then after that, I came through actually about an hour ago now and built up this little field over here so we could have some extra work going on with it. We could have a little bit of that extra third field that I was talking about. I just decided to do it off camera and get this one done. So that's all in here. Everything's looking pretty fantastic. And I wanted to first start off by saying thank you so very much for the support in the last episode. You guys all seem to very much enjoy coming back over here to the castle. Today, however, we're going to be jumping back over to Papyrus, our desert city, and building up the Gatehouse. And before that, I got one little tidbit of news. So entertain me here for 5 seconds before you skip forward. I started an Instagram account. I know, I am one with the millennials now. I'm a true millennial Minecrafter. But if anybody wants to follow that, I'm going to be posting pictures of old builds, new builds, and things like that over on there for the next little while. You can find that at fWhip_official. And then on top of that, you can also find a link to it down in the description below. Since it's not too far of a walk, let's just wander through the nether here. We started a project in here a very long time ago of clearing out all of the netherrack, and obviously I missed some from the ceiling, and we're just going to be clearing out this entire huge box of sorts of all of the netherrack down to Y level 40. Currently we're on 118, so it's about 80 blocks down in each way. Probably not the easiest thing to do, but I realized that we could basically clear out the top section like here down and use flying machines for the rest of it. So I was kind of thinking about doing that and just using a bunch of TNT to do it. Could be kind of fun. But now we have all the new nether stuff happening. If you haven't been following the Minecraft developers over on Twitter recently, they have been teasing things like crazy. They've been teasing a lot of things about like the new netherwort forest that they have. Some look like there are some screenshots of like wood in it. I'll try and throw some of those on the screen right now if I can remember, but they all just look so cool, and I'm so looking forward to it. So let me know in the comments below what you're most looking forward to in the new nether update. That'd be absolutely awesome to know what you all are thinking. I think all of that stuff with the netherwort forest and the new vines that hang from the ceilings, they were originally called creepy vines or creep vines, and they confirmed that that's no longer the name for them. But I'm really interested to see what that's going on with. Anyways, what we've been doing over stream for the last little while is we've been starting to extend the mountain cliffs and everything all the way over to this point. So everything we're standing on as of the last time I gave you all an update is brand new. If you want to see this stuff being built live, basically until we can get the replay mod or some other way of doing time lapses back from the stream content, is to follow me over on Twitch, and that is completely free. We have a lot of fun doing it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the live streams. But that's enough of me advertising for today. Let's get over to Papyrus and we can start some building. So I've got a bit of an idea on what I want to be doing out here, and it's going to require a lot of work, but I think it's going to be cool. It's going to require a lot of work because I need to basically either I need to move this guy over a block, or I just need to say screw it and move this guy over 3 blocks. Because what I'm thinking is we can have a middle pillar right here, and then we have a 3-wide gate and a little 3-wide entrance over here. I don't want to do doors on this thing. I don't want to do anything that's too crazy. I was looking at some fantasy art and things like that, and I stumbled across this Assassin's Creed art book of where they have all of their sketches for a lot of the different things that they've done previously inside of the game. And I found this one that just looks so cool. Also, I love how fast sandstone is to break. That's going to make this a lot easier. But I found this one that was really cool concept art that they ended up not using inside of the game for one of the city entrances. But they basically had this middle, or they had a 2-lane road pretty much, where you could go in on both sides, and then it had this big walkway coming up. So I'm almost thinking that we could have our own 2-lane road. Of this one would be kind of where, if you're going off in that direction, where this one would be if you're going out over here. So we can widen this area out and create into more of a central thing, and that'll help us fill in this empty gap that we had here. But anyways, there's a lot of cool things. If you're looking for inspiration on what to build inside of Minecraft, a great place that you can go to was one, I found this through Pinterest, just doing some searches for like desert, gatehouse, fantasy art, game art, all that type of stuff. Just eventually it came forward and I was able to find this thing. It took a little while. I've been looking for about an hour, to be honest. But it's a great way that you can find some cool things for yourselves, is looking at what was previously used as concept art for video games. And sometimes you can find like the B-roll stuff that didn't quite make it into the game. They very rarely release those, but if you can find them, it's really cool because those aren't in a public game anywhere. So you can kind of use an inspiration off of that and make something your own unique that's not really made it into anything else. I know it's still kind of repurposing their ideas a little bit, but I think it's something that can be really, really well done if you do it in a correct way. So what I'm thinking is we have this middle central column, and I actually kind of want to have a water fixture coming out here and doing some cool ornate thing on the front, and then doing that same little water fixture on the back. And that's going to lean and go right into there. So we're going to have like a 3x3 pillar in the center full of sandstone like this. And then these guys are going to be coming out here, and we'll do that in archway off of both of those. But that would go here and here. And then we do this, and then bring it over 3 more. And I guess I just got to build this whole thing again. So I wanted to run around the city real fast and see if we've done any crazy accents or anything about how the archways work. And I remember that we used all this yellow glazed terracotta as part of this big guy over here with our blue banners and everything. So I might try and bring some of that back in. But the archways we were using was like this, which is kind of basic and more on the boring side. So I might come up with something a little bit different. I haven't really done much inside of this world as far as like doing the traditional Arabic arches, I guess you could say. So I don't really want to jump too far into that one. So I think honestly, we might just have to come out here and just do something more on the quicker side, I guess we could say. So if we just do this guy right here, and then kind of similar to how that one works up there, and then we just do some regular sandstone across the top of it. I want to check this out first and see how bad it looks. Or if it's going to be okay. And so we can do this and just quickly go down to this guy right there. If we did that arch, is that okay? I think something like that honestly could be pretty fine. We're just going to have to find some ways to add some cool detail bits into this thing. But I ended up moving this over that 3 blocks, and this is our center bit. And started messing around with what the inside decoration bit of this thing can be. But I think I want to make it more coming here into the center as far as like these blocks go. We'll keep that in there obviously because that's the middle. But I kind of want to use like this entire space in here. So maybe even we do something right down here. Then this guy can come all the way up like that. And then these can be right like that. So it creates this rounded shape. And then maybe inside of here we can do that yellow glazed terracotta because that would be revealed on both sides of it. So if for now, I don't have any on me, but if we then come over to this side, because I think that could be a cool way that we could get some detail into here. Also, I'm always amazed at how much longer it takes to break the smooth sandstone version of the block instead of the regular one. Why is it so much longer? But I think like 3 yellow glazed terracotta right in there could be a good look. Then that kind of still, that makes it like so we could have some water coming out of this block right here maybe on that front side, and that would be totally fine. Or what do we want to try? Maybe these guys. That could work. That's kind of a good way of adding some extra detail into there. And then we can use a bunch of life and greenery and plants and things. I want to do some like small shrubs, like basically like a little pond or something out here with a few sugarcane-y things around it. So we know we're walking into the sugarcane capital of the world per se. So let me keep getting some work done on this, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, I've added this top section onto here, and right now I'm still working through kind of getting our floor in and everything like that. I've changed the arch up a bit here too. So we previously had just that top bit. I brought in some spruce trap doors and added a wall below it. So it kind of gives you that little bit of like it comes in and then rounds itself off and then comes in. And then we got the lanterns on the sides. I didn't do it on both sides because it felt a little too busy. I do love the yellow glazed terracotta here in the center. So this is kind of what it was previously. This is first attempt right here. And this wall, this top wall, we'll get to in just a second. And this is second attempt. I think I like second attempt more, adding in a little bit more of that red sandstone and breaking up just that plain sandstone look. But that wall design I have on the top was this one going across the entire thing. But this kind of breaks it up, does 3 and then a break up, whereas that's kind of consistent and that's too gritty for me. So I think I might lower it down and not have it be so crazy big there. Maybe we'll pop that up to being another one of these cut sandstone and then just have it really low across the rest of the board. But that's kind of where that one's at for now. Brought some of our banners in. I'm actually out of light blue wool, so I don't have the ability to add more of those right now. which is a bit of a problem, but I'm thinking it could be kind of cool to bring a little bit more of this wooden accent into here. And this one's going to be a pain in the butt to place. Okay. I hate crouching on scaffolding. Such a pain in the butt. But I think something like that on the top of it will be good because it still kind of raises it up a little further and helps it feel very tall and very grand when you're walking through this. I think that's a good look. I also love that the sun is setting on here and rising directly on the backside of the gate in the mornings when it's just up there. It looks absolutely awesome. And I'm just going to keep getting some work done on this one, and I think I'm just going to throw the tops of those towers we have over there. I'm going to duplicate those and just place them back on this one. So we've already done a video on how to build those ones that y'all can go and check out and look for. But I think for this, I'm going to just kind of add them on top of here, then we can work on the detail. Just want to stop and say a quick thank you all so very much for the support. If you do have 3 to 5 seconds while I'm talking right here to scroll down and click that like button, that would be very, very much appreciated. It really helps me get to a broader audience and helps me able to continue creating videos like these. With that, let's get back to the video like this. It's really a great thing that shulker boxes cannot be destroyed by a creeper. Otherwise, this would be a very, very sad moment indeed. I came back here just not thinking about it. Threw it and was looking through my chest, and then all of a sudden everything exploded around me. Had a minor heart attack, and now we have a creeper hole in here, so that's super fun. But I've added both the towers on here, and I'll show it to y'all in just a second. Just got to fill in this hole here super fast, and I like it. I think it was a good change that we can have on this one. I think it's a good job so far. I did, however, change a majority. Make sure there's no more creepers. So I thought I might have seen another one. But I did change a majority of the stuff out to being spruce wood instead of being any of the oak wood that we were previously using. So let me get that out here. This is what it is right now. And then this is what they looked like previously. I kind of like that more contrasty feel that we're getting using the spruce wood than we had with the oak. The oak feels like it blends in a lot. I do need to go find some more sheep and dye them light blue and then get some light blue wool out of them so that I can add a few more banners onto this thing, because I don't like the banners only being just these two down here. I want to get some more on those sides as well. I think that could look super cool. But that's it for the gatehouse mostly. Then we can come down here and start detailing this stuff out, and I think I want to expand out to something like right this area. We'll bring this terrain stuff out to, just so that there's a central gathering area. If anybody has ideas on what we can throw out here in the front, please let me know on what we could put. Maybe some small little caravan stuff out here or something along those lines. Let me know in the comments below what y'all want to be seeing out here, because I think we can get some cool ideas going and cool things thrown down in here. I think we can get a lot of interesting things. I'm also wanting to naturalize this area a bunch, but I think more talking about it's not good things, so let's get to the doing. Alright, as a quick heads up for the top area up here, I decided to just cover it with a bunch of our spruce trapdoors, which then goes into the spruce trapdoors there. So we got some impromptu murder holes, I guess we could call it. No matriculations right now. I guess these could kind of serve as matriculations, so all of you Shadiversity fans out there can shut up, because we got it. You can stop writing all those comments, or do. I don't really care. But yeah, so up here is all mob proof because it's all slabs and trapdoors, so that's going to be great. Then over on the sides, I added 2 more banners up there, and that's kind of the nice little bit of blue that we wanted in this one, and that should be pretty good. Got a water thingy out here. The road is expanded, so it's just a big mess of everything in this area. And what we want to do now, I'm thinking, is I wanted to come through here. Let's get some of these and do a little bit of action like this. And I was thinking we need to change you to there. And then like this, and kind of having it here and then going over 3 maybe. And then do we want to kind of just bring it back into this point? Because I don't know where that wall is going to be on this side, though, is the problem. So if we just kind of take this right here and let's go. Ooh, that's wrong. For now, let's just fill it into right here, and we can bring it back one further. And then on the inside of this, I wanted to add a bunch of grass. I figured grass would be a great thing that we can do down here, and then this one I need to fill in with a sandstone, and then we need to fill all of our stairs. The point where I'm using stairs here so we can have a little bit of this waterlog action and finish that thing all the way around. Because that'll get us a little bit more of this blue and greenish bits going around here, so it feels a little bit more, maybe that desert tropical vibe that we're going for here. So we can fill you in and just do one on top of that. That'll prevent it from growing. And then I'm thinking back here also, because we can, let's fill this in with some water right there and do another one. We can do a big guy on that, then do another 2 high one. and we can do a single one high one right there. That kind of gives us that sugarcane tropical papyrusy look that I use a lot down here. And then we got some ferns and we got some jungle leaves that we can kind of pile up throughout here as well that really make it look like this is just that lush oasis environment that you're walking into, which I think is going to be really, really crucial for us as we kind of keep exploring this. We can get that one over here. I think it'll look a lot better when we have the wall on, so we might have wanted to start with that side, but that's it for now. I think that down there on both sides, and then we'll do some trees on the inside. I think poking out a little bit further will be pretty much it for the gatehouse. I got the front areas finished up, and I decided to come over here and extend our wall out a little bit, copying over the same pattern that we had on the first side. So we just got some of our cut sandstone here in the center, doing a stair to bring it out one, bringing in a little bit of red sandstone strip through there. That's the cut red sandstone. Then doing that same top bit on here, and then this just gets recessed a bit, adding in some spruce fences and doing all that fancy stuff with, we got some oak trapdoors right up there. Just add another little bit of a touch of the wooden color in there. And I decided to change over this entire side down there into some spruce buttons on it, which is awesome. And this front area is starting to look really, really cool. I think this is kind of that atmosphere I was going for. I will say, though, I'm kind of wanting to do something a little bit different in here. I'm almost thinking just like something like this. And then we can bring in our little bit of grass right here and just do some grass. And then if we just bring, I just need the sandstone top, to be honest. It doesn't really have to be much. Then we can bring this in right here, doing some of our cut sandstone, and just something honestly like that won't be too bad. And then doing, what do we want to do in there? Should we just do some more sugarcane? We could do that. Let's try that. Let's just see if like a 3 tall or maybe even one of the fabled 4 tall sugar canes can be back in here. So we can do this, replace this guy right here with just a water source, fill that one in, and then do a 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can do 1. No, that doesn't have a water source. Just kidding. We cannot do a 1. Maybe we can do a fern. And we can bone meal up our fern just like that. That's not bad. We'll leave that for now. We'll leave that one for now and see how it goes. But that's kind of what I was thinking for our front gatehouse. I'd love to get some of your feedback on it. So I'm going to leave it at this point for right now in case everybody's out there just like, yeah, Whip, that really sucks. You shouldn't have done that. You should have done this instead. So be relentless down in the comments. I appreciate any of the feedback when we're going through and redecorating. I guess we didn't redecorate. This is a brand new one. We didn't build it off of anything. Just combining a few different elements here together, which are all of our own designs, and it's looking pretty awesome. And I guess I need to come in on the inside and add a little bit more detail and everything throughout here. I kind of like it being a little bit drier on this side. So it's dry on this side, so you know you're going out into the dry desert. And then the outside here is very lush, so you know you're coming into this great city environment. It's very inviting and encouraging people to come through. And we need to build some sort of like a little customs house in here, because obviously there's no gates on this. So we're going to need to have a little bit of a guard station here for people to actually just hang out at and make sure that they're keeping track of everything going on. Which we actually do have a bit of a guard station down here, which we set up on the inside of this one. This is kind of like our old gate that we had, and then we expanded the city or village out to that way. And this was the guardhouse that was blocking everything on here. So maybe I'll just kind of figure out a way that we can add something like this. But I think this does connect to the tower, and we can actually get up to the 2nd floor to actually get out on that rooftop. Oh yeah, we totally can. Yeah, I could do something like this. That wouldn't take too long. Maybe we'll throw that in there too, and then we should be good to go. Hard to see anything has changed from the outside, but I've added a few things on the inside, extended our pathway out over here, added in this tiny little structure, which is pretty awesome. Then it just has a bland little interior to it, but once you get up to that 2nd floor, there's a nice little bit of a rooftop. You can go and hang out and get out of the sun for a little bit. And now the road connects all the way back over here. Everything's starting to lean back in here together, which is pretty awesome. Next thing I want to do, however, a lot of people pointed out in the comments was we got to jump over back to Castle Bleakrock at all of those chests. Also, I got a book and quill here ready to go for me. So we're going to be moving into the commoner question of the day here after we check out these chests and finish this one off, because I think it's a job well done. That's starting to look really cool back there. I'm really, really happy with what we've been able to accomplish for Papyrus so far. But dipping down right across these mountains, we fly on down here, we should see the castle coming out here together. Oh my god, it looks so much better. Last episode, if you didn't catch it, I know we mentioned it already, but we completely redid the gradient on this entire castle, and it looks pretty awesome. These chests have been here since this castle was finished. I've never really looked in them. We've got some granite. We've got a little bit of obsidian. That's good. What do we got down here? Plenty of dirt and grass. We'll take that. And that's what I really care about. A bunch of sand and sandstone. Okay, I gotta package this stuff up and take it back. All right, resources. Resources are gathered up in my inventory. Everything there is done. It's pretty full and messy in here now, though, however. And I've got our commenter question of the day. I figured we'd land over here to the city because it's a bit of a continuation from the last one. Coming in here from Benjamin, don't feel pressured to do the whole city in one go. I think all some of us wish to see is something like a couple episodes to fill up some space that you have outlines. Okay, that's my bad. With a road, something you can achieve every 2 or 3 months. Everyone would be satisfied, from Benjamin. So on this one, I appreciate the comment, and kind of last episode I was talking about how I got really burnt out on the city and didn't really want to do much. I think that's a good way to handle it, though, is every once in a while we come and just work on an area. And for me, one thing that I've been really kind of thinking we need to do is literally just the houses that would be along this side of the street. So we can have a full street view where you can just actually walk for a decent amount of time up this street here and have things done on both sides. So maybe we'll start to tackle a little bit of that in the next episodes as we kind of move throughout here and go forward with that, because I think once you're down here you feel very in the city. Like at this point you feel like you're in the city, then you look up here and you come around the corner, you're like, hey, time to explore. Oh, it's very open. So I think for me that'd be a great point to have it if we can get that street side filled out there and have it be a little bit more similar to what we have when you're walking through these sections, where there's just all this cool stuff to see and you're fully surrounded by the city atmosphere. I think I need to start focusing on being able to capture that, and just doing those in small doses might be a good way to do this project moving forward. Like you're saying, every 2 to 3 months we'll come back and do a few episodes here and there on the project. Hopefully that will suffice for all of you. Please be sure to click that like button down below if you did enjoy today's episode. It really helps me out. I know content creators ask for this stuff all the time, but you all have no idea how much a single like on a video can help it out in the long run. So thank you all so very much for taking the 5 seconds to do that. I very much appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you are brand new, and I will catch you on the flip side.